Hello and welcome to Outside Xbox. You're watching Show of the Week. I'm Jane.
And I'm Andy. This week I got all excited about the free update for The Division.
We've received reports from the JTF indicating LMB movement in the Warren Gate water treatment plant.
Huh?
The JTF says the LMB are all up in the WGWTP.
What?
Falcon Squad are MIA, so the SHD needs to RTFM PDQ. Come on, Jane, keep up.
What?
So I says to him, if you can't RTB from the DZ, then the BOO is FUBAR.
Aha. Meanwhile, I played a bunch of Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Ooh, how was that?
It was a blast, Andy. A blast of fresh, high-altitude air sucked down while sprinting across the rooftops of the City of Glass. That's the setting for Mirror's Edge Catalyst, which turns back time to tell the origin story of Faith, the parkouring protagonist from Mirror's Edge, which came out back in 2008.
If you do not find employment within 14 days, you'll be relocated to a Greyland facility. Do you understand these conditions?
Just get me out of here.
The sci-fi looking City of Glass is shinier and more spotless than ever, but this time it's also a true open world of skyscrapers and scaffolding in which you have the freedom to run, jump and plummet terrifyingly to your death wherever you like. That explorable open world makes all the difference in that it makes the original linear Mirror's Edge, which I enjoyed, look like a series of obstacle courses designed by IKEA. Again, the first-person free-running is a simple but effective system based on gathering momentum and chaining together sweet moves. Faith's new skill tree of upgradable abilities also promises a grappling gadget, as seen here, that will seemingly let you swing your way to parts of the city initially off-limits. The appealing combo of free running and a wide open cityscape makes it clear Mirror's Edge was always meant to be an open world experience, dotted with climbable, hackable billboards, spontaneous time challenges, and quest givers loitering on the roofs like a bunch of pigeons.
Remember, in this community, you're only as good as people think you are, no matter how good you actually are.
Speaking of quest giving, players can create and share their own time trials with other players through the game's suite of social play tools. Consider this inventive challenge by YouTuber and friend of the show Arex, for instance, which was, just 20 laps of these aircon exhaust vents. Yes!
Get out of there.
Although free running feels much as it did before, combat has been thoroughly revised for Mirror's Edge Catalyst, making Faith more fluid and less clunky as a brawler, with best results obtained by flowing from fancy footwork into nimble takedowns. The writing, meanwhile, is making an effort to this time deliver a more substantial story, fleshing out the lightly written fiction of Mirror's Edge with a crew of attractive freerunners/resistance fighters facing down a properly oppressive corporate regime. Last time we weren't even clear why the bad guys were bad or why they hated parkourists so much. This time we're going to assume it's because they leave dirty shoe marks all over this nice clean city.
Hey.
Hey, have you seen Mike? He's 26 hours late for work.
Oh yeah, he was so inspired by Faith from Mirror's Edge that he decided to give up on this corporate gig and become a free runner.
What?
Yeah, he's up on the roof right now.
I'll get a shovel.
I'm all right.
I'll get a stretcher.
Good plan, Andy. And while you do that, I'll be here thinking some more about Mirror's Edge Catalyst heroine, Faith Connors. Even the first few hours of the game shed new light on the character of Faith. Just consider these 5 intriguing details about Mike's roof-running role model.
You are expected to perform at the top of your abilities.
Last day, huh?
And constantly strive to
I thought we'd keep you here forever, Leech.
As Catalyst starts, Faith is finishing a stint in a juvenile detention centre where she was locked up for almost 2 years for being a nonconformist crim.
Enjoy your freedom.
Here in the future, prison jumpsuits are much more stylish, while prison beds are, if anything, even less comfortable. Come on now, that's a table.
Let us go, Kruger.
You should have cooperated, Dr. Connors. I didn't want this.
Bruce Wayne taught us that the best heroic origin stories involve family tragedy. Mirror's Edge Catalyst is no exception. By the time we meet Faith, her activist parents are well out of the picture. Even having the name Connors means trouble for Faith, it turns out.
Guess it's a good thing they don't know your real name, Faith, or things would be way worse.
Why? What difference would that make? Read up on the Connors family history and you'll get why, Icarus.
And also, her mum was a scientist, which leads us to...
Not now, honey. I have to finish this.
It seems Dr. Connors created the circuit diagram-looking design that Faith later has tattooed on her upper arm. From this, we infer that the drawing has some greater purpose and significance in the high-tech world of Mirror's Edge. That or Doc Connors just designed a wicked tat for her infant daughter. Weird.
That, my little squirrel, is your future.
In Mirror's Edge Catalyst, Faith can no longer pick up or operate guns, leaving her with fists and feet to non-lethally incapacitate the various goons in the City of Glass. But as well as sharing a tragic family backstory with Batman, Faith shares a sneaky, loophole-based approach to subduing her enemies. You can't shoot henchmen, sure, but you can boot them off a skyscraper, no problem. Loophole?
One more thing.
Speaking of death, we consider it no small mercy that when you do topple off a tower yourself, your short and lethal journey down to the ground doesn't end with that stomach-turning, bone-crunching sound you got in the first game. Remember that? Instead, there's a fade to white and a serene, breathy sigh. It's like she's not angry with you, just disappointed. I think this is worse.
Now it's time to see what's written in the comments and in WhatsApps by Mike from the recovery ward.
Oh, I didn't know there was an emoji of a guy in a full body cast. First up, your comments on last week's show about Final Fantasy 15 and the least plausible haircuts in games.
Because video games are full of characters with hairdos so unlikely they make the Final Fantasy 15 gang with their J-pop coiffures look like they asked for a short back and sides.
SuperTuber I'm Potato Man goes in the other direction. He informs us the most possible haircut is Kratos' hair.
But he doesn't have any hair.
So his hair is literally impossible?
You're blowing my mind right now, I'm Potato Man.
There were also announcements of an anime YouTube series called Brotherhood, a feature-length CGI movie called Kingsglaive starring Sean Bean and Leda Headey.
Commenter Boland has this to say with regards to Sean Bean starring in the Final Fantasy animated movie. Excellent! Another franchise for Sean Bean to die in.
Hey, we don't know that's what's going to happen.
There's every chance this Sean Bean character will live to a ripe old age and go safely into retirement, and he's doomed, isn't he?
Yeah, don't get too attached is all I'm saying.
So this road trip is Noctis' stag do. Suddenly it all makes sense. I can't wait for the bit when he downs that ill-advised second dirty pint, passes out and wakes up tied naked to a lamppost covered in vomit. Lads, lads, lads! Right? Lads?
And on the subject of the game being Noctis' bachelor party road trip, commenter Spence1115 says, I remember my stag do. Few quick pints of the King's Head, cheeky curry, that's where we lost Kiradana, couldn't handle the madras, defeated the head of the evil megacorporation running our lives who turned out to be an interplanetary snake horse, before stumbling into a nearby calf shortly after sunrise for a fry-up and some ether, hair of the dog.
Sounds like a fun night!
Unless you're an interplanetary snake horse. Moving on, here are your comments on this video about the times a game's real ending was only available in premium downloadable content. One surefire way to narc your players, therefore, is to put the closure they crave behind a paywall by deferring the real ending of your game into some premium downloadable content that doesn't come with the game as standard.
Marco Presti is sad. He says, and MGS5 The Phantom Pain doesn't even have a DLC ending. It doesn't have an ending at all.
What are you talking about? It tied everything up perfectly, including that subplot where steal a and then disappear never to return or bother anyone in any way.
What loose ends? Commenter Button Mash, on the other hand, is disappointed that Dying Light the following wasn't in this list.
Hey, I'm pretty sure I know how that game ended for my Kyle Crane.
Oh, it's filling with water. Oh,
I know I'm going to drown. Well, it's more than I deserve.
Don't do what I loved. Being in sewers.
Drowning in a sewer.
And commenter by Ghostlight Zero has had enough of this whole premise, saying, sorry, this stupid. It should be retitled 8 times DLC was used correctly, like an expansion pack whose job it is to expand the game while tying up loose ends and continuing a person's gaming experience.
I don't know, I don't think that will all fit in this YouTube title box.
Next up, your comments on this video in which we challenged the team at Eurogamer Video to Mortal Kombat in Worms WMD.
Oh, he's still alive though.
Still alive. Not still alive.
Exploded.
Yep. It was just my time, you guys.
Commenter 35 Antonio knows how these things go down. First 5 seconds in the video and Mike already screws up.
And I'm Ian off of Eurogame.
Mike
Mike, what the hell?
Hey, that could have happened to anyone
Called Mike.
who works at Outside Xbox. And as Whammy Time 91 says, it's just like the old saying goes, the early bird gets shot in the face with a tank.
Yeah, give me some equations for how to hit.
Force is mass times acceleration.
Okay, thanks, that really helped. Oh, I hit the thing button. Oh, man.
And the late worm gets exploded by a super sheep.
Careful.
Well, I am dead, definitely. I'm burning alive.
Finally, Longshots offers this appraisal of our performance. So, that Titanfall 2 trailer, huh? Good stuff. Yeah, the Titans have giant electric swords now.
No one tell Mike. Oh, it's from Mike. It's the sword emoji and then the lightning bolt emoji.
See, this is why no one will insure us.
Let's go hide the jumper cables. That's it for Show of the Week once again, but before you go, like Faith from Mirror's Edge Catalyst, you can strike a blow against an oppressive totalitarian regime by pressing the like button.
How's that going to help?
Well, it can't hurt.
Sure. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. All right, let's go see Mike. Hospital visiting hours are over soon.
Ugh, why did it have to be parkour? Why couldn't you have just gotten, the tattoo?
Oh, he did.
I didn't see a tattoo.
Oh, yeah, not on his arm.